Hello and good evening and welcome to this meditation for the Nottingham Buddhist Centre. My name is Paul, and whether you've joined us for our drop-in meditations before or whether you're a first timer, you're very welcome. Whether you're joining us live here this evening as well on the 1st of December, or whether you're watching later on as well, that's one of the advantages that we've had during the lockdown period, is that if you're not able to join the meditations at the particular times that we run them from the centre or for the centre, you can of course catch up with them later on as well. So we do two meditations, teach two main meditations at the Nottingham Buddhist Centre. And this evening we're going to be doing our meditation on mindfulness, known as the mindfulness of breathing. And it will be a fully guided meditation. So if you've never meditated before, then that's absolutely fine. I will be taking you through the stages of the meditation and keeping you hopefully on track as well. But equally, if you have done the meditation before, then obviously you're very welcome. Uh, but also, I'll try and approach it in a slightly different way, and perhaps to what other people would do when they're doing this type of meditation. So it's always worth listening to other people and following some guided meditations from time to time because we learn things from different people. So these drop-in meditations that we would normally do in person at the Nottingham Buddhist Centre, we're doing them obviously online at the moment on Tuesday and Friday lunchtimes and Tuesday evenings as well. And you can catch up on all of those if you don't make them actually at the specific times. Um, but as I mentioned, with this evening's meditation is going to be the mindfulness of breathing. If that's something you haven't done before, just to give a little plug, there is actually on our YouTube channel a whole selection of videos that we call our meditation. I've forgotten the name of it. Our meditation toolkit. So if you want to learn a bit more about this evening's meditation, the mindfulness of breathing, or the other meditation that we teach, the metta bhavana, or there's various other things on there as well which can help you in your meditation practice, that is worth a look because I will be guiding you through, but I won't be giving you lots and lots of detail this evening about how to do the meditation and what process to follow necessarily. One thing I will mention straight away though is to think about your posture. So posture is really quite important in meditation because you have to make sure that you're alert enough to not fall asleep, but also sufficiently comfortable as well. So you don't want to be having to move around a lot and getting cramps in your legs and things like that. So generally speaking, make sure that you're in a position with a nice upright back, head over shoulders over pelvis, so nice and upright. Um, and making good connection with the floor as well. So whether you're sitting, whether you're kneeling, making sure you've got a good, comfortable contact with the floor. And if you're in a chair, making sure that you've got good contact with your sitting bones in the chair as well. If you are in a chair and if you haven't meditated before, that would be my recommendation to have a nice firm chair. Just make sure that you're not leaning right back into the chair as well. Perhaps just sitting an inch or two forward and allowing a small space between your back and the back of the chair, just so that you're not slumping back too much and getting a little bit too comfortable. We don't want you ideally falling asleep, but if that happens, that happens. That's also fine. So the mindfulness of breathing, what is that all about then? Well, it's the 1st of December today. We're in that really very busy time of year for many people. And this year in particular, I think we've all been through a lot, and finding ways to perhaps detach a little bit of the mental activity that we all have, but which can become quite troublesome for some people at this time of year. Mindfulness has the potential to help us with that, to help us to, in a sense, notice our thoughts, but actually bring more awareness into our body. And the way we do that is through this magical link that we have between mind and body, which is, of course, the breath. Now, our breath is with us from the moment we're born until the moment we die. But for the vast majority of the time, we pay very little attention to it. It just happens normally. But we can bring awareness to the breath, and we can, of course, control the breath at will. And when we bring awareness to the breath, we can kind of do it in two ways. We can either sort of think our way into, think about what's happening with the breath. Oh, yes, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Or what I'm going to encourage you to do with this meditation is to bring more awareness to the sensations that the breath creates within your body. Okay. So with this meditation, it's not about thinking. It's not about thinking about the breath. It's about creating awareness of the sensations of the breath in the body. Now, some people, you say to many people, what's meditation? Or it's about clearing your mind of thoughts. Well, that's incredibly, incredibly difficult to do. And what we do in this meditation is we acknowledge that the thinking process is happening, that we have thoughts that will come and go, but we're gonna move away from that for a while, and we're gonna bring all of awareness not to what's going on up here, but awareness more fully to the sensations of the breath in the body. So it sounds simple. It's one of these things that we can always improve, we can always work at, we can always find different ways of approaching as well. But the practice itself, the meditation itself, is in 4 stages. And what I'll do is I'll give you a bit of a warm up to start with. I'll encourage you to connect more with your body, to relax into your body in preparation for meditation. And then the 4 stages of the meditation will be as follows. First of all, I will encourage you to bring awareness to your breath and then gently count at the point that you have finished breathing out. So you'll breathe in, you'll breathe out, and just gently in your mind, you'll count 1. And then once again, you'll breathe in, you'll breathe out, gently in your mind, count 2. Breathe in, breathe out, 3. And that process of counting will continue after the out breath right up until you get to 10, at which point I will encourage you to go back to the beginning at 1. So our aim is to count 10 breaths at the point where you've finished breathing out. And the aim is to try and get to 10 breaths. And when you do that, you come right back to 1 and start all over again. Okay. So that's the first stage of the practice, counting after the out breath. In the second stage, we still count the breath, but this time we shift the focus ever so slightly. We count at the very moment just as you're about to breathe in. So you'll breathe out from your previous breath. There'll be a slight pause, and then you'll count 1. Breathe in, breathe out, slight pause again. 2. Breathe in, breathe out, slight pause. 3. Breathe in, breathe out. Very, very important in the meditation that you don't control the breath at any point. We're not talking about breath holding. We're not talking about deliberately trying to slow the breath down. What I want you to think of it as being the observer of the breath. You're watching the breath. And in those first 2 stages, you're counting the breath after the out breath, and then you're counting the breath just before the in breath in the second stage. So first stage, counting after the out breath. Second stage, counting just before the in breath. The third stage, you're going to let the counting go altogether. And all I'll encourage you to do is become aware of the sensations of the breath in your body. Just noticing the sensations, just noticing the experience of breathing. Simple as that. Again, sounds simple, but what you may find in any of these stages is that your mind can wander. And rather than bringing that awareness to the sensations of the breath in your body, you start to connect with your thoughts again. And that's okay. That happens. That happens to almost everybody. But what you probably find as you go through the practice is that happens less and less, hopefully. But if it does happen, all you have to do at the point you notice that you've wandered off and you're perhaps connecting with your thoughts is you bring your awareness back to the breath once more. Okay, so first three stages then. So counting afterwards, after the out breath, counting before the in breath. The third stage, we drop the counting altogether and we just become fully aware of the breath. And then in the fourth stage, we do something slightly different. We bring awareness of the breath at the point where it enters the body. Okay, at the point where it enters the body. So for many people, this will be noticing the sensations of the breath around the nostril, on the top lip. Some people notice it a little bit more higher up here, somewhere at the back of their nose, perhaps. But for most people, it will be around this area of the nostrils, and you'll notice a sensation of the air passing that area as it starts to enter the body and the point where it leaves the body as well. So noticing the sensations where the breath enters the body, and just notice it with curiosity and experience that as full as you possibly can. So those are the four stages. During the meditation, I will ring the bell. So I'll ring the bell between the different stages, and I'll remind you of the different stages as well. So don't worry if you've not remembered everything I've just said to you. That's perfectly fine. And I will guide you through with the bells. And the meditation itself will be about 20 minutes, but we're going to have a little bit of a warm up just beforehand as well. So thank you, Jeannie, for the email. I can for the message, I should say. I can see the message on there. Yes, I will follow that up for you without a doubt. And for those people that are here live, obviously it is possible to send messages to us. So if you have any questions, do ask away. I'll do my best to answer them. But we will move on to the meditation now proper. So reminding yourself of what I said about posture, making sure you're somewhere with good connection with your sitting bones and your feet, making sure your back is nice and upright. And I like to think of that image of your head being over your shoulders, being over your pelvis in a more or less straight line, nice, firm upright back, but nice and relaxed at the front here. So your breath is going to be free to flow into and out of your body. Okay. So what I'd now encourage you to do is to rest your hands on your lap. If you want to grab a cushion, that's often a good idea as well. Just to rest your hands on and just check, just make sure there's no awkward spots that are going to become an irritation for you during the meditation. Just notice how you're feeling. Can you stay in this position for 20 minutes or so? And when you're ready, I'll invite you to close your eyes. Or if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, you can keep them ever so slightly open, but find a fixed spot to gaze at about a meter in front of you on the floor. And just notice what's happening. Just stop and notice what sensations there are in your body, but also what's happening in your mind at the moment as well. What I'd like you to do now is to take a couple of deep breaths, the deepest breaths you've had all day. And a nice deep breath in, hold for a moment, and full breath out. Breathe in through the nose, big deep breath in, slight hold, and breathe out through the mouth. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Deep breath in through the nose, and hold, and breathe out. Twice more. Breathe in. Pause and breathe out. Final time, breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. And now just allow your breath to return to normal. What I invite you to do is to bring some awareness to your feet. Just notice your feet wherever you find them, whether they're in connection with the floor, whether you're kneeling, however you position yourself. Just notice your feet. Any sensations in your feet? But particularly be aware of the connection your feet are making with the ground. Imagine yourself being drawn down through your feet, rooted firmly in place. If you're kneeling, bring awareness to your knees in contact with the floor as well. But generally just be aware of the feet, the lower legs. Notice any sensations. There may be warmth. There may be a slight tingling. Just notice what's happening there at the moment. And widen that awareness to your knees, to your thighs. Thighs are some of the largest muscles in the body, and we can hold tension here sometimes. So just notice any sense of tension or holding on, and see if you can allow some of that tension to be drawn down into the ground, helping to ground you even more. Now move your awareness to your hips, your pelvis, your sitting bones, and again notice the connection your sitting bones make with the chair, with the floor, wherever you happen to be at the moment. Be aware here too of a sense of grounding, a sense of drawing down, of supporting your body through your sitting bones as well as your feet. Sensation of being drawn down and rooted firmly. Notice any sensations in your hips. If there's any tension here, again allow that tension to be drawn down. Allow it to gently melt away. Feeling ever more grounded into the floor, into the chair, providing you with a solid base for your meditation. Now from your pelvis, on the bottom of your spine, become aware of the spine growing up like a large, tall tree, rooted in your sitting bones, growing up tall from that firm base. Imagine your spine pulling up gently in the opposite direction to the grounding in your sitting bones. The sense of energy, but also relaxation. Be aware of your shoulders standing above your sitting bones, above your pelvis, and the spine continuing upwards like the growth of that tall tree, right up to the top of your head and beyond. Just notice how it feels to experience this strong, tree-like, sturdy, yet relaxed spine. Be aware of your shoulders. Again, an area where we can hold a lot of tension. Perhaps think of your shoulders as being branches of that same tree. Large branches that are drawing down to the earth. Allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. As your tall spine reaches towards the sky. Become aware of your face. Do you notice any tension in your forehead or elsewhere in the muscles of your face? Try to tune in to the sensations in your face rather than thinking about the face. Notice the sensations. Notice any tension. And see if you can allow that tension to gently smooth away. Moving down the front of your body. Notice the sensations of your chest. Be aware of the gentle rise and fall of your breath. But also notice how this breath moves deeper into our belly, almost all the way down back into those hips, towards those sitting bones that are our foundation. Notice if there's any holding on, any tension in the belly or the chest. With the firm support of your spine, your sitting bones, just allow the front of your body to be as relaxed as possible. Naturally allowing the gentle rise and fall of the breath as you breathe in and breathe out. Without controlling the breath, bring your awareness more fully to the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body as you breathe in and breathe out. As we move into the meditation of the mindfulness of breathing. Keeping awareness of your breath, begin to gently count after each out breath quietly in your mind. As you breathe out, count 1. Breathe in and breathe out. Count 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. Count 3. Continue following your breath, gently counting after each out breath. Be sure not to control the breath, but think of yourself as the observer, simply watching the breath, noticing the breath in your body, and gently counting after each out breath. Our aim is to count all the way up to 10, at which point continue following your breath, but starting the count again at 1. If at any time your mind wanders, at the point you notice you are no longer following the breath, bring your awareness gently back to the sensations of the breath in your body and resume your counting. Keep following your own breath at its own speed without changing anything, but simply noticing the experience, the sensations of the breath in your body, and gently counting after each out breath. If you notice yourself thinking about the breath, just bring awareness to how the breath feels in your body from moment to moment. Moving now into the second stage of the meditation, I invite you to change the point where you count the breath. Now gently counting at the moment just before the breath begins to enter your body. So count 1, breathe in and breathe out. Pause. 2, breathe in and breathe out. Pause. 3, breathe in and breathe out. Keeping awareness of how your breath feels in your body, how you experience the breath in your body. The counting is there just to gently guide you. And if you reach 10 breaths, once again, bring your count back to 1. Try not to judge what you are experiencing. But keep bringing your awareness back to the sensations of your breath in your body. Allowing your breath to occur naturally without changing anything. Keep gently counting at the point just before you breathe in, at your own pace for a few moments longer. Moving gently into the third stage of the meditation, allow all counting to fall away and just notice where you are experiencing the sensations of the breath in your body at this moment. Just notice where that is. Just notice how that feels. This process of breathing happens all the time. But for the next few moments, allow yourself to experience the sensations of the breath as fully as you possibly can. Without the counting, you may notice your mind can wander. You become aware of thoughts. If this happens, just once again become aware of the sensations of the breath in your body, perhaps in a different location. Gently bring fuller awareness once again to these sensations, this experience of breathing. At all times allowing the breath to do what it wants to do, not controlling the breath in any way. Just noticing what is happening. You may also like to bring awareness to that slight pause between breaths, a moment of calm before the next breath enters the body. Just notice that space, that experience. Keep following your own breath at its own pace for a few moments longer. The final stage of the meditation, I invite you to bring your awareness to the point of your body where you notice the breath first enter. This will be different for all of us. Where do you notice the sensation of the breath as it first enters your body? Bring more awareness to the sensations at that particular location. Try to notice more fully how that feels as the breath enters and leaves the body. What is in your experience? Do you notice warmth, coolness, gentle tickling sensation perhaps? And in that location, is there a point where you notice these sensations even more strongly? Become curious. Notice any changes in this area as your breath enters and leaves your body. Allowing your breath to do its own thing, to happen in its own time. Bring as much awareness as you possibly can to this point where you notice the breath enter the body. Relax with awareness into this sensation. Try gently to make your awareness even greater. Just take a few more breaths in your own time with awareness of this point of contact with the breath as it enters the body. With your eyes still gently closed, just gently thank yourself for taking the time to do this meditation. Give gratitude to yourself. As you gently bring awareness back to the sounds around you, the sensation of your body here and now in space, to the warmth or the coolness of the room, the sensations of your clothes on your body. And in your own time, gently open your eyes. So after meditation, it's always important just to take a few moments just to readjust to not being in that meditative state. So just take as much time as you need to adjust. And I hope that you found that meditation useful. If you have any comments, then please do add those. So as I mentioned previously, we do these drop-in meditations. We still call them drop-in meditations, Tuesday and Friday lunchtimes, and also Tuesday evenings. You can find details as ever for all of the activities at Nottingham Buddhist Centre at our website. Also, you'll notice on the front page of the Nottingham Buddhist Centre website, but also within the YouTube channel, there is the opportunity to donate. And Nottingham Buddhist Centre operates on a basis of generosity, and I encourage you there to have some generosity for yourself and some gratitude to yourself for having the meditation. But everything we do is only possible because of the generosity of the people that use the centre. But meditation and Buddhism we will make it available to whoever would like to access what we provide. But if you are able to donate, I would be very, very grateful if you are able to contribute something. But equally, as I say, your presence here is extremely important to us, and to continue to engage with the centre and to watch these videos. All of that is very, very important. But if you would like to donate, the link is in the YouTube channel. There's also various options on the front page of the Nottingham Buddhist Centre website, which is updated very frequently, so always worth a look on there as well, because hopefully in the not too distant future we'll be able to open our doors once again and do this kind of thing live and in person with real people, and that will be the best place to find out about it. So do keep a good lookout on our website. And thank you for joining me this evening, or if you're catching up with this later on. Thank you for your engagement, and I hope to see you at some point in the not too distant future. Okay, take care. Bye.